Welcome everyone to the Dhanu Sir Screencast. In this screencast, I'm going to show you one of the important concept of reviewing the PR of your peer developer. Here you can see I'm in my dhanusir.com repository in my GitHub account with name Gorkha Techie, and I have three PR by my teammate Victor. One is Vagrant setup and then one sentence per line, then specify version of the Ruby. So today I'm going to review the PR Vagrant setup. The first important thing I check is the name of the PR and then some of the description, which is very important. Like here, meta, specify version of the Ruby, and then development server. And here you can see file changes. There are 10 file changes. So I feel that this is the commit from the previous PR. So you can see specify version of the Ruby, okay, and then development server. So the Vagrant setup specific commit is only this one, which is like only basically nothing much here. And then there is a Vagrant setup binary file, and then there is something called as README updates, okay, using Vagrant, and that's fine if you have virtual box. Okay, I would say so. Probably what I will do is uh, maybe use virtual box, okay, and then click on the start a review button, and here you can see these are fine, and then you will be able to see the website created, okay. From coding wise it is looking fine, okay. And yeah, this all looks fine. Now the main part of the PR review is running the PR changes locally. So here I am in my local setup, and now I'm let me open this project in the VS Code, and here I am. Okay, so basically, if I do bundle install and then try to run it, uh, then I should have the running version of my code, and here is that one. And here you can see, okay. So this is my website, okay, and it's a running version. And now, so here I will stop it, and then what I will do is I will go here. There are many ways to review this PR locally. So since this is like a Vagrant setup branch created in the origin, so what I will do is I will basically pull the changes, okay. And now when I run this command, it will basically pull the branches as well. You can see the Vagrant setup branch, okay. And now when I do git checkout and Vagrant, and I just need to press the tab, it will automatically give. I don't need to type whole the word. Now I am in the Vagrant setup. Now let's verify these commits, because these are very important to verify these commits. So cd7e3, okay, so that's the commit ID. And does the latest commit ID is definitely cd7e3, okay. So this is important because it might happen that the contributor has updated the PR, okay, and new commit might have been generated. So now my local setup is ready to basically review. So now here you can see I have a file as Vagrant file, and cat Vagrant file, and then less, and you can see all these changes, okay. So now the only thing I need to do is Vagrant up, and it should basically bring the box, okay. And now it is downloading the box, and once it is downloaded, it will basically create the VM, and it should run basically all the other provisioning commands. So let me show you what I mean here. So these are the provisioning bash scripts, okay. So basically what happened in the provisioning setup of the Vagrant will basically execute this shell script, and this shell script has the commands to install you can see RVM, and then install the Jekyll, serving the Jekyll, okay. So these all have these instructions, or you can see here these all are like library files required in the initial setup of Ubuntu, okay. So these all are gonna install during the Vagrant provisioning. You can see here, So here we are 71%, and yeah, it's going to install. Let's see that. So I have a pretty good internet. You can see the speed here. So you can see the box has been added successfully, but there was an error while executing the VX box manage because CLI used by Vagrant for controlling works. Okay, what is the issue here? And now this kind of the issue might be of related to Vagrant, your local thing, or it can be related to your the PR. So this looks like the issue at my machine because it's basically something like initial value vbox error. Okay, and probably that issue. Let me use the different uh, ubuntu version because here it has some different ubuntu version, and let me use the different box ubuntu jammy 64. Let's see what happen if I use that. And okay, here I just paste it and then use ubuntu jammy 64. Okay, and now let me comment this out, and now let me vagrant status vagrant. Let me check whether list. Okay, vagrant status. Okay, not created, so that's fine. Let me do vagrant up. So now I am using different vagrant box, which is ubuntu jammy 64, which is the official box from ubuntu for the vagrant. So yeah, you can see here it is being installed. So yeah, you can see here the box is getting downloaded. So you can see our box has been downloaded and now it is importing. And let's see whether our uh, VM is created or not. And here you can see our VM is getting created. So basically what happened is previously the box which I used previously, which was the name that is Olorent Kaumi Ubuntu 2204 was having some issue in my machine. It means that that box has been created with different configuration, so it is always suggested to use the official one. Okay, so here you can see my official, that ubuntu official 22.04 is successfully basically installed. Okay, and now this step you can see the installing system base system tools. Okay, you can see it is basically coming from this provisioning file. Where is that one? You can see. Okay, system packages, and then okay, where is that line? Yeah, it's installing system based tools. Okay, so system.sh file. Okay, it's coming from, you can see here. Okay, so this line is being installed. Now let's see what happens at the other end. Yeah, so system based tools, and yeah, it is being installed now. Okay, so these all are basically, yeah, these all are basically now installing RVM. We are in the installing RVM setup. Okay, so basically here, and now it is installing install rvm.sh script here, this one basically. Okay, so it's basically creating all these things you can see here. And yeah, and so yeah, it's a slow process, but definitely you can see it is being created, and now it is installing the RVM. Okay, here, and now it is installing Ruby. Okay, so Ruby 3.1.1 is not installed, so it is searching, and then it will install the Ruby. And here you can see it is like, I mean, it is doing automatic, right? So this is called the system automation. Okay, if you are like new to system automation, I mean, I have just one file, that is vagrant file, and it is doing everything. I mean, you can see the power of vagrant. And as a job of a DevOps or system administrator or a cloud engineer, these are your daily tasks. Okay. So, I mean, and how fun, how interesting is this, right? So, yeah, now it is installing bundler, and it's amazing. I mean, really amazing. Okay. Just sit, watch, and then have fun. So it is installing the bundle install. Okay, that's what I did here. Okay, if you see in my earlier, I did bundle installed. Okay, to install all the packages from my project, and then after that I did bundle install Jekyll serve to start my server, right? And then I was able to view my website locally, right? So here you can see the bundle install is happening by Vagrant provisioning. I am not doing it. It's not manual. If you are a system engineer, if you are a DevOps engineer, or if you are a cloud engineer, and if you are doing everything manually, then you need to question yourself, my friend. And here you can see there is some issue. CP cannot create a regular file, home, vagrant bin, not a directory. Chmod cannot access home, vagrant bin, so Jekyll. No such file or directory. So I think I have like reached to the dead end of this PR review, and I am having some issue here. So I will write this thing. I am having some issue in this line. Following are the errors. Okay, so I will just type this, and then I will basically copy this. I mean, that's what uh, up to here I can do, and here, and let me, yeah, so that's it. So this line should help the contributor to understand what might be going on here. Okay, so yeah, that's all. And I think that's all from my side, because I'm done with my review. Hello, guys. In the previous part of this screencast, you have seen me giving this comment as I'm having some issue in this line. Following are the errors. So you can see, right? And then after some debugging, I found that the directory bin inside the slash home slash vagrant, okay, is missing. So I created this suggestive change, okay, after echo, and then I wrote this, and now basically my teammate Victor, or the contributor of this PR, has resolved this suggestion, and now it is available here. And as a result of this, I can able to basically complete my vagrant provision file. Okay, I did this, and then whole basically the provisioning happened successfully. So you can see that how easy it was to communicate between the developers. And just to inform you that the Victor is in USA. Okay, and there was another change which was, I suggested Ubuntu Jammy 64, and he also basically updated those changes. And now we have four commits. Okay, you can see these all changes are now different. Now what I will do, I will basically resolve and approve look good to me. Okay, this is very short form. Okay, basically LGTM is look good to me. And then I will submit the review. And what I will do is, instead of basically, there are now to merging this PR, there are three options: create a merge commit, which is a default one, or squash and merge. Basically, we have four commits. This option will basically merge four commits into single one, and then merge into the main branch. And then there is something called rebase and merge. So I will choose squash commit, and then I will do this, and then basically, kind of these are will be used as a comment. Okay, and I have co-authored this, and then I have co-authored this. So yeah, so basically vagrant setup for getting development. Okay, and then I will confirm squash and merge, and then I will delete this branch because it's no longer needed. And now I will go here, and here you can see I have the commits, and this is single commit because we don't want all those four commits inside our main branch. So that's why I did the squash and commit. And here you can see it has all the required changes that we need for the Vagrant based development setup. Cool. So that's all about the PR review, and I hope you learned something new out of this screencast. And that's all. Thank you for watching. See you in the next screencast.